Good morning, Columbus. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's daily dose of digital Torah inspiration here at Sinai Studios, Judaism Today. Back when I was in yeshiva in Baltimore, I used to travel to New York. I'm from New York. I was in yeshiva. I was studying in Baltimore. And I used to do the turnpike for what seemed like forever. The New Jersey Turnpike from Baltimore to New York, 3 hours. Sometimes it was very late at night, and you got tired, and you had to open a window to stay up. And a lot of times music was helpful. And I remember at the time, Matisyahu, the Hasidic reggae superstar, was very popular. And some of his lyrics, which are relevant to the Parshios which we find ourselves in now, some of them stuck with me. And I want to share with you one idea which is based on Kabbalistic thought, which is one of Matisyahu's lyrics. He says the following: heavenly fire only resides on an altar made from the ground. I'll repeat that. Heavenly fire, God's flame, God's fire, only resides on an altar made from the ground. And this is referring to one of the vessels in the temple known as the Mizbeach, the altar, really at the end of Parshas Truma, which was, the commandment was that it should be hollow and filled with earth. Nevuv luchos taseo, so it has to be hollow and filled with earth. And what this Hasidic teaching reminds us of is that we're all meant to be in our own lives vehicles for the expression of godliness. We're meant to be vehicles for the expression of spirituality, of living for a higher purpose. And to have that heavenly fire, to have God's presence be with us, reside on us, we have to mirror the altar. This altar, which is what? We have to have a certain sense of humility. We have to make room for God in our own selves, in our own lives. In other words, we can't constantly be thinking about us. We can't constantly be thinking about me and I. But it has to be a focus on humility, on recognizing that we're vessels to contain holiness. When we make ourselves a vessel, when we allow God in, when we make room for Him in our lives, when we say, wait a second, what is life all about? What is our purpose here? How can I be a better receptacle for His presence? What can I do better? Not how can I get more and achieve more. Not what can I do more. But how do I allow God in? How do I hear from Him and from His Torah what He wants? How do I listen to what He's teaching us about the world? When we make ourselves an altar made from the ground with that humility, that's when heavenly fire can reside in each and every one of us. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Judaism Today. If you did, please make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, or check into our podcast wherever podcasts are listened to. And we look forward to hearing from you more.